This is 7National News making headlines. Ruler of Dubai issues new decree. Abu Dhabi Crown Prince meets with US President Barack Obama. And TEPCO makes new attempt to cool reactor. A new decree has been issued by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai. The decree number 13 for 2011 stipulates that no establishment associated with the hotel and tourism industry will be able to function without registering and installing a computer program electronically linked to Dubai Police and paying the appropriate annual fees to the authorities. The decree has 17 items and includes all hotel and tourism establishments, even those licensed in free zones and private development areas. Hotel establishments will need to pay an annual subscription fee to the Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing, amounting to 3,000 dirhams and 1,500 dirhams by other tourism establishments. Establishments will have to install and run the software, as well as enter the required data related to their activities. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, met with US President Barack Obama at the White House. During the meeting, the Crown Prince and President Obama discussed the strong and broad-based relationship that unites the two countries and pledged to continue the close cooperation in the areas of security and commercial activity. The President and Crown Prince also discussed recent developments in the Middle East. The Crown Prince concluded his trip to Washington, D.C. by participating in a dinner hosted by the UAE Ambassador to the United States, Yusuf Al-Otaiba, and was attended by senior UAE and US government officials. Abu Dhabi's clean energy company Masdar has confirmed that it is looking to construct a $200 million wind farm in the UAE, the first of its kind for the region. The site will be built near the Saudi Arabian border to be constructed in line with the government's vision to source 7% of the country's power through alternative renewable energy sources over the next 9 years. Although the emirate is not necessarily windy by nature, special blades are to be built to maximize energy from light breezes. Mubadala-owned Masdar already has two 100-megawatt solar-powered plants underway. Masdar officials say that in an optimum case scenario, the company would award a contract as early as January of next year, and a wind farm would begin sending power to the grid 2 years later. The 6th Annual Nationalisation Summit concluded today on a positive note after a series of practical lectures, seminars and hands-on workshops aimed to develop national talent across the Gulf. The summit analysed how strides have been made in vocational education as a major step towards nationalisation in the region. A comparative analysis of different GCC countries was one of the major highlights of this year's session. Other topics included the overall progress since 1998, when the nationalisation program was first initiated, in addition to advancements made to improve socio-economic development plans. Focus was also shifted towards the existing resources and tools available to nationals, with a bid to develop their skills for a competitive environment.
The education, vocational education within the GCC is gaining a lot of prominence. And I think the gain of prominence is due to two things. One is this part of the world is moving towards industrialized strategy, in which industry, particularly oil and gas and other process industries, are taking prominence within the economy, as well as the growing rate, the growing number of young people coming out of schools and trying to find job opportunities for them. I think now we have reached saturation in jobs that require just pure business skills or management skills or soft skills, but there is much more demand now for skills that are engineering-based, scientific-based, And this is why vocational education is going to take a much bigger role.
We are a specialized Emiratization support services in the market. We've started 6 years back to maximize awareness about Emiratization from both sides, the job seeker side and the employer side. There's a lot of focused nationalization programs that a lot of companies are doing, from the governmental, semi-government and the private entity. Especially at this stage, you have a lot of private companies. They're actually developing, focusing all their talents, resources in Emiratization.
Shanghai's Pudong International Airport received its first Airbus A380 service today as Emirates flight EK302 from Dubai touched down. Shanghai is the third destination in China for the aircraft after launches in Beijing and Hong Kong last year. The airline is scheduled to operate 3 days a week. The Dubai-China relationship has strengthened over the years, and now 2,500 Chinese businesses operate in the Emirate, up from just 11 in 2005. Trade between the two is expected to reach $100 billion by 2015, up from $20 billion last year. Passenger traffic has risen from 159,000 passengers in 2005 to over 1.1 million today. New speed limits are to be imposed on Dubai roads by the end of June, according to officials at the Traffic and Roads Agency. In partnership with Dubai Police, the TRA is looking to bring road fatalities down further and is currently studying proposals to revise Dubai's speed limits on both internal roads and highways. According to a local paper, motorways such as Emirates Road may see a reduction from 120 kilometres per hour to 100 kilometres per hour. The TRA's manual proposal will be released in June, according to officials. The gaming community's most awaited event officially kicked off today. Now in its fourth year, the Etisalat X Games World Game Challenge promises gamers in the UAE a more thrilling experience. Despite video games among the factors blamed for the rising violence among the youth, organisers say it offers many benefits and is now being held in an educational institution for the first time.
Those games are very much strategical games. You play them with team. You need to strategize. You need to really think, how can I conquer? How can I go and move to the other level? Such type of thinking, such type of really getting into the youngsters or the youth to start to strategize and look forward. Such kind of activity you don't find in other areas.
The American University of Sharjah will host the competition, which, according to gamers, encourages students to participate better within the campus community. It also provides them a healthy outlet to unwind and recharge. In the Middle East gaming industry, the UAE accounts for 38% of gamers.
We, as students, we have to study most of the time. I mean, university is very hectic, so games do not actually deviate us from our studies. Instead, it gives us the break we require without really making us go far away. I mean, it's just a computer, you play on it. Once you're done, you can straight away hit your books back.
Looking abroad now to Japan, Fukushima nuclear plant operator TEPCO said today that they have begun checks to see if it is possible to cool the reactors by further flooding them. Japanese engineers are struggling to gain control of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. TEPCO General Manager Matsumoto told journalists that they had begun testing a higher rate of water injection in order to see if it is possible to further cool the damaged reactors. Workers are trying to fill the reactors with enough water to bring the nuclear fuel rods inside to a cold shutdown, in which the water cooling them is below 100 degrees Celsius and the reactors are considered stable. TEPCO wants this cold shutdown of the plant within 6 to 9 months, a timeline experts say will be tough to meet. Forecasters have said that tornadoes and floods, which have killed at least 9 people this week, threaten 2 more days of destruction in the south and the Ohio Valley. In Arkansas, residents returned on Tuesday to their destroyed homes, hoping to salvage some belongings. A tornado ripped through the town Monday evening, killing 4 people and leaving a trail of destruction more than 15 miles long, according to NBC affiliate KARK. Others were killed during the flash flooding. The same cities may be struck again in the coming days. Up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.